Okay everybody, we're on the right hand side of Jimmy here, working on the door and the door glass. If you guys remember, I showed you before, this door window had silicone stuck on it to hold this window up. We're going to get that fixed. I got a new regulator. The regulator on this side's in really bad shape. And I got new felt for the window, so that'll probably fix that. If you see this door latch right here, we're going to get that pulled out. I've got it loose, but I believe we've got to pull this out to get everything out this hole. Because we can't get anything out this hole until we get this door latch out. That's what we're working on. We're going to put you on time lapse and we're going to work on these doors. I got Rusty working on the other door and I'm working on this one. Alright, so I've got this, all the bolts out of the regulator other than this one right here. And it's in there good. We're having a heck of a time getting it out. I'm going to show you guys my favorite way to extract bolts, studs, nuts, I mean, just basically anything. I do this a lot. This is my favorite way of doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this nut to the head of that, and then I'll use a socket to pull it off of there. Hopefully I've got a good ground. You know, when you do this, not only are you welding something to the head of that that's going to actually grip, but you're also heating that up at the same time. Well, look at that, it didn't stick on me. Look here. I didn't get penetrated in there very good. Let's try again. Alright, this time we'll use a 3/8. Well, I think by the sound, I think we got it that time. There it is, going right out. Whoa, we got a problem. The whole thing's turning. There we go. Come on out of there. Alright. There we go, got it out. We'll let that cool down. Alright, so now should be able to get that regulator right out of there. I think we've got all the bolts. I don't see any more in there, but I'll look. Alright everybody, so we got the regulators, the windows, the door latches and handles all off of both sides. That side, it took us a little bit to get the glass off, but I figured out what was going on. Now I know what was wrong with this glass altogether, why it wasn't working right. The regulator's fine. There's the regulator. It's working. I do have new ones, so I'll probably go ahead and use them, but I'll keep these just in case. But the regulators are okay. So this bracket right here actually goes on the bottom of the window like that. And I think actually it turns that way. And it's actually, you can see where it was spot welded at one time. And it's broke off. That's why the window was not in the track right. And that's why none of that passenger side window was working right. Now the driver's side window once we got it in the track right, like it was supposed to be, it worked good. It went up and down fine. But we went ahead and took it apart because I got all new parts for it. I got new felt and all that stuff. So this is the bracket off the driver's side. And if you look right here real close, somebody's ran into the same problem and they repaired it, they brazed it. And I'm going to tell you, that's probably what I'm going to do exactly with this other bracket right here in that window to get all that done. But we'll get all the other stuff put in there before we get that done. But this was the issue right here. As you can see, the difference between this one and this one. That track that the glass slides down into is missing off of this one, which it's stuck on the glass right here. So that was the issue. We're going to go ahead and continue getting that fixed. But get the windows where they roll down nice. We can get some air in there. Alright, so we've been working on Grandma, on Copper's Hank, and I just now got back on Jimmy Hoffa, and I had to weld some more nuts to get some of these brackets off of here. I've got all the guts out of here, except for the wing windows out of these two trucks. I'm going to try to leave the wing windows in there. This one I may have to take off if I can get it out, because when I welded nuts to these, I actually broke the little bolt inside there. So I may have to take this wing window out and take these little tiny screws out of here, which I hope will come out, and take that wing window out and fix this down there where the bracket is. So here is the bracket off of the passenger side. This is the bracket that goes inside the door like this, and then the felt goes inside there, and the window tracks on this side of the door. So this one is off the passenger side. As you can kind of see, look at it up here and see down there. I didn't have any issues with it. It came right off. Well, when I started taking this door panel off, when I started taking all the guts out of it, this track was laying down inside of there. I'm going to show you guys why. Look at this side. It's totally pulled out. I found the nut inside here, and I took the bolt, I took a pair of or a wrench and got that out, and then take a look down here. It's pulled out of the door down there, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of fab work to fix this track and that part of the door to get this track in there so I can get everything back in there. I want to get all the felt and the window and the new window regulator. And then speaking of the window regulators, they were working, but the plastic's all gone. See, the plastic's all gone off of that one. And that one's all busted up. That one's all busted up. So I'm going to go ahead and put the new window regulators in. I've got to do some welding to this bracket. I've got to do some welding to the bracket that goes on the window regulator for the glass. So right now that's where I'm at with Jimmy Hoffa. So here in a minute we're going to bring my fire truck in here and get it on jack stands in the front, and because I got to take the front steer tires to town to get new steer tires put on it. But that's where we're at. We're going to film that here in just a little bit, folks. Alright, well, I'm back on Jimmy's doors here. I do need to take this wing window out because these bolts down here at the bottom that hold the bottom of the framework for the wing window broke. So I'm going to take them over to the bench along with that slide piece. I'm going to fix them. I'm going to extract the bolts, and then that slide piece I'm going to weld together. Like the other one was braced together. But I was amazed I did get those little bitty screws out of here. Now let's see if this wing window will come out. I bet that's the first time that's been done for a long time, or maybe this is the first time it's been done, period. Let's take this stuff over to the bench and we'll get working on it. I wanted to show you all what I'm going to try next to get those broken off bolts out of there. I've got that fender washer there that fits tight around that bolt. And what I'm going to do is I'll zap some weld, kind of weld around that what's broken off of the stud so far. And then I'll take this nut and then weld it to that. Hopefully that does the trick. This is another trick I've used before with the washer. This washer trick usually works really good because it gets you a good surface to bite. Not only that, but a good surface to weld to right there on the stud, especially since you've got not much left there. See what we got? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this fender washer here, weld it to that stud, and I'll weld that nut to it. I'm going to put you guys on tripod and see if this works out.
Well, let's try this out, see what happens. That's hot. Okay. Here's our nut. And let me get my bolts. Where's on this card? I'll be right back. Let me get some whelpers. For any of you that don't know, that's whelpers. Welder's pliers. See, they've got cutters for cutting your wire. This for cleaning out your cone. You clean out your cone here. And this is for taking off your tips. You can put that in there and you get a grip on your tips. That's welding pliers. Whelpers. Alright, let's see what happens here. Nope. Need a different side. Haha, looky there. Come on, baby, here it comes. Oh, it's getting tight on me. Ah, broke off again. Well, it turned a couple of rounds. I think that one there, I'm going to have to just drill out. And you know, with this, it may just be easier for me to cut these square nuts off of here. I'll bring you in here and look. And I may just cut these square nuts off of this bracket, and I may just weld some new nuts to it to get something to grip to. I'll bring you in here so you can get a closer look and see what I'm looking at. Alright, as you can see it's pretty much flush now. I could probably just drill that out. And see that one there, that one's still sticking up a little bit. But it turned a couple of turns on me, then got real tight, and it quit. But I might, if you look in here, see those square nuts there? I may just get a cutoff tool and just go in there and just basically cut them out. That may be the easiest solution. Let me think about this a minute, and I'll bring you back when I decide what my plan of attack is going to be. Alright, so I got my next plan of attack here. It's going to be a little time consuming, but I really didn't want to have to cut them nuts off because this has got a bend in it in this bracket right here, and I have a hard time getting that in there. But I'm going to show you another way I really like to use to get busted bolts out. And so what I've got is I've got a drill here with a left-handed drill bit. I really like using these. They usually work out really good. Even sometimes, you know, and I think a lot of these are cut a little different because this is usually kind of what they're made for. But if you get a hole in that stud or bolt, it'll extract a lot easier. It'll kind of contract a little bit if you can get a hole in it. But I'll show you right here, and we'll see if we can get that out with this. I've got a real small one right now, but what I'll probably do is just go up a little bit at a time, and hopefully eventually it'll grab that and it'll pull that out. If not, I could probably retap it. But I'll bring you in here and get you close. Okay, hopefully you all can see there. Now I've got this one right here started already. And as you can see, we're going left hand. Let's not go too fast. I am cutting down through there. It's cutting pretty good. I got pretty good getting it center. Yep. I figured we was about through there the way it was catching. All right, let's go size up. As you can see, this ain't much bigger. Well, we are really, really close. It's about the same size. That's about what we want. I'll probably have to end up retapping this, but that's all right. Make sure we're going the right direction. Remember, we're going backwards. All right, there's just a little bit left of that broken off bolt in there, just a little bit to this side, but I think that'll probably come out once I tap it. This is 1/4 inch now. I may go ahead and go 5/16 with this just because I can. But let me work on this other one. I got this one done, and we'll tap it here in a little bit. I'll bring you back when we tap it. All right, so I got the holes drilled. They're, I mean, they came really close to just being right dead center. But let's go ahead and tap this. I think I'm going to go ahead and be able to tap it 1/4 and we did get it quite a ways with the left-handed drill bits, and then I used a regular number 7 drill bit to finish it out. A number 7 drill bit is the drill bit size for a 1/4 tap. Now this is probably going to be a little bit delicate. We're going to have to go easy. Alright, the repair on the wing window frame is done. Got 2 more pieces to repair, then I can start putting all this stuff back together. I'm going to clean out the felt out of that and before I put it back together, but I got 2 more pieces to repair and I'll bring you guys back for that. Alright, well here's repair number 2. I kind of left you guys out of some of it. I didn't get a lot of it filmed, but I've got it cleaned up, clamped back together. If you'll remember, this is the piece that the window goes down into, this channel. It has worked itself loose from this, but I have got this right where it needs to be. I'm going to put some tacks on it. It came together pretty good once I cleaned it up. Let me get you on here and we'll put some tacks on it. Another one down. As you can see, they look alike now. Yeah, let me put a glove on. That one's a little worn. I'm going to put them the right way too. Let's see. Like this. There. See? Now they look alike. So this one's repaired. It's ready to go. So I got a channel. I'll get it over here and I'll start doing some tacks on it, figure out what I'm going to do with it. Okay, these are the 2 lower window tracks out of Jimmy Hoffa. And you can see this one. See the paint's still pretty good on it. Well, this one was off the driver's door and I found it in the bottom of the door. That's why it's so much rustier. So now, if you look, let me turn it this way. I showed you the other night how that pulled through the door. Well, actually, let's take that back. This is the end that pulled through the door, so I got to fix the door where this end was at. This end up here, this pulled through. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get me a decent sized washer, put it in there like that, and weld it around that to give me that hole. Now, I do have to have a threaded hole, so I'm not for sure how I'm going to accomplish that yet, but that shouldn't be terribly difficult. I may just put a bolt through there and tack the nut to the washer, put the washer in there, and then weld the washer to this. I think that's probably the way I'll do it. I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright, well here's my fix for this. I had forgotten all about having those. I got them from Fastenal. Oh, it's been some time ago when I started building my rat rod, because I thought I'd use them. I used to use them in the factory years ago a lot. So I'm just going to put this in there and weld that right there. That's called a tab nut. Used to use them in the factory all the time, but that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to put that up in there and weld her in there. Alright, I think I got you all where you can see. Here we go. Let's see what happens. This is actually a little easier. I took a washer earlier and cut it down. That's what I was going to put in there. I think this is going to be easier. Look at that. Alright, let's burn it in a little better. Well, we did it. bring you back up here. So, I think once again, I think we got this piece repaired. Now we need to work on the door over there on Jimmy. That's going to take a little bit. I don't think it's going to be terribly bad, but it's going to be a little bit delicate. Yeah, look at that. I think that's going to work just fine. We'll get you in there close. What do you think? Tap toe and all. You didn't even have to tap it. Alright, off the door. Alright, well, excuse the fan if it's too noisy, folks, but I hope it's not. It's pretty warm, so I got my fan going. But to take care of this door, I think I'm going to have to go through that hole and try to swing a hammer and push that back this way just a tad. And I think once I do, I'm going to take the track and go ahead and put it in there so I make sure I get that hole good and centered. And it bolts, the other top end bolts right there, so that's what it should look like. So I think what I'll do is I'll bolt that in there so I can locate the hole there, and then I'll clean that up good, and then take me a washer and I will weld that washer around that. But the first thing we have to do is get in here with a hammer and kind of bring it back out this way. So I want that track to sit where it should. Alright, hammer, hammer. Alright, let's choose our weapon. Let's see, let's try this one. Oh boy. There it is. Oh, look at that. That's probably all it's going to take. I think that's all it's going to take. Let me clean it up and let's find a washer and get on there. I gotta bring the welder over here too. Well, folks, I'm calling that repaired. I just put a washer on it and I haven't even tacked it. And if you look, if I can find something, give me a second. Let me get a screwdriver. Look, it clears it just fine. And there's the other end of it up there. Alright, so now I can start putting this thing back together. I can get the wing window back in it. I think that's what I'll do next. Lining up them tiny little screws along the top of this door here is becoming a pain. I think I'm going to try to line these ones up here on the side first. And then we can get them top ones lined up. I took these screws out down here altogether. I had you guys some time. I thought that was going to go really easy, but I couldn't get these top ones lined up at all. I was pushing on, pulling on, pushing on, pulling on it. I'm going to try here on the side. Well, they went right in. Hopefully I can get these top ones in there. Oh yeah, that's what we needed. Going right where it needs to go now. This one's going to be a little tricky to get to that angle. Alright, that's going right in. Alright. Well, I'll switch you guys off because you already seen me put these in once in time lapse, but I'll put them right back in. Alright, so the vent window's back in. I think next I will probably put in the window regulator. No, wait a minute, no. I think maybe I'll try to put some of the felt in, the one that goes around the outside and goes up through there. I'll try to do that first. Alright, we're working here on Jimmy. We took the cowl panel off, we took the wipers off. The wipers are not working on this rig. It's missing a switch, and I'm pretty sure that the wiper motor itself is bad. I put power to it with my power probe, and I couldn't get the motor to light, so that's what we're working on. We're trying to get the wipers going. We're trying to get Jimmy ready to go. We've got some more stuff to do, so we'll bring you back. All right, we don't have our editor today, so we're trying to do the best we can with filming. He's usually our filming guy too. I've had Rusty over here working on this gauge panel for Jimmy. As you can see, he's got it opened up so we can put them gauges in there. That's what we're going to run for gauges on Jimmy. There's a tack, there's a speedometer, and that is a GPS speedometer, so we don't have to run no cable. And there's all of our functions. We've got fuel, oil, temp, and volts. That's what we've got cooking. I don't think that I'm going to try to get turn signals in there, but I think that my plan is either these two little holes here, these two little holes here. I'll probably eventually put turn signals in there. And these, I'm not for sure what I'm going to do with that. I don't know if I'll try to cover them up or put something in there. I don't know. We'll see. But this is the gauge panel that's going in Jimmy. We're going to try to get it in here sometime later. Right now, Copper and I are working on getting the wipers going. All right, everybody, there's Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa is ready to go to Des Moines. Looky right there. Look who's sitting in the driver's seat. Looky there. We're heading to Des Moines in the morning. We'll see you all there. Listen to Jimmy purr. There he goes. Des Moines, Iowa bound. Everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you all at the Good Guys event in Des Moines, Iowa. I'll have Smokey the Bear, Jimmy Hoffa, and James Elmo there. Everybody, thank you for watching.